the magical side of life, where anything is possible and the infinite is accessible to all. Let's have a conscious conversation about what's going on in the world, in your life, and your relationship from the expanded perspective of your soul. The path to awareness begins and ends in the heart. So let's take it there, one step at a time, and learn to cultivate magic in your life every single day. In each episode, we share a collective space in which we discover the unique facets of our own magic and embody our superhuman qualities by humbly exploring how it's super simply to be human. Hosts Kai and Del co-create a magical experience to remind you that you are magical as fuck. Now, be unleashed. This is our daily magic.
We are live, and we got our intro again.
Can y'all hear us? Drop an emoji if you can hear us. Okay. All right. We're in business here. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see y'all. Got our intro back. I see Courtney recognized that. Thank you.
Going through the wherewithal with the stuff. I wonder if, because we're doing the mobile connection right now, if we go back now to the Wi-Fi, since we don't have any crazy intros, would that work? I see you have one bar left. Also, let's see if it's working.
Trying some things out before we start our conversation today.
Okay, looks like it's working.
Okay, welcome everybody. There's another magical moment on Our Daily Magic. It is Tuesday at noon. We are in a different locale. What's interesting is that there's some interesting things going on back up north, quote unquote, and we took a week to come down south. Hey, Courtney. I almost don't recognize you because you got all this new photography everywhere. I'm like, who dat? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Courtney 2.0. So welcome. Nice to see you. We good. Actually I got a call from my cousin, like, are you okay? And I was like, what do you mean, am I okay? That's right. Your magical coming out party. You are out of the magical closet. Everybody knows how powerful and awesome you are now. So there's no going back, just so you know. Public accountability. Welcome.
Wait. I'm part of everyone, so I would like to actually know what her magic is. So, Courtney, please share your magic in the comments, because I'm interested now.
Okay, cool.
Who is Courtney? What is Courtney's magic?
Get a whole audience keeping you accountable here. Welcome. Cool. While we're waiting for your comments, I'll give a little preamble. Oh, okay, there we go. Courtney says loads of self-focus and understanding. Understanding, same thing, right?
Tomato.
Ability to support others and not take away from me in the process. And manifestation at its finest. Right? Way to use that tool that you have called your subconscious mind, aka your physical body, to let people know how powerful of a manifester you are. I mean, your story is quite something. And for those who are who have been following or who have been able to follow Courtney, she has been through quite a journey of yogic lifestyle, detoxing, eating healthy, self-care. I mean, like, I could go on and on and on down the list of all of the amazing things that you've been doing for yourself. And I'll let that story be a story for you to tell through your photography and also through the way that you've been uplifting others on your platform. So thank you. Thank you for your service to the greater good just by being you.
It's good you're talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Photography. Remember the conversation when I was saying over the weekend when I was the sushi. When I was saying about people taking photos,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to Kaijibu, and I was saying, you know what? I'm sitting with this fact of I feel a little bit of judgment sometimes when I see photos and people's photos. And the reason being is I said to Kai, I was like, some people put photos up for the attention, for the clout type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you said to me, I think you said, like, isn't everyone? Like, that type of way you said it. But then I was like, I sat with that and then I said, it's not them. That's like, it's not these people, these photos I'm seeing that's the cause of judgment. I was like, I just had judgment present for some reason. And I sat with that. But having that conversation with myself, when I realized that, like, you really can, and that's one of my foundations for stuff, like, you really can label everyone for doing something for the same reason. Like, we all have our own different intentions behind doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are doing that. And then some people have beautiful stories, as it seems that Courtney's sharing her beautiful journey out there of her self-expressing her truth, but then also to be able to show people that's possible type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also sad with myself because I've been on both sides of that equation. I share things for showing what's possible, showing stuff to be of service, but also I've been on that other side of things where I would post pictures and stuff to grab attention and grab some emotions out of people. Predominantly, it may be like in a relationship and doing it in a way of trying to spark a trigger out the person, or even, let's say, after a breakup, putting photos up of me doing something. Hey, look at me. I'm living my life. I'm so happy outside the relationship. But really, I'm not that happy, but this is me expressing myself, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I got down to the nitty gritty and realized that the judgment that was present was the judgment of myself from what I actually were doing on the other side of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to heal that, be with that, and have compassion, and also realize that, like, freedom of choice, man. It's not causing no harm to me. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. Who am I? That's the same thing, like I said to Jade, as, oh, I'm sorry, like, are you, I didn't know you're the judgment of the world or whatever, that what you say goes, like, when he says certain stuff, like, this is what this means, but, like, I do the same thing. So it's interesting. That is a great healing experience with that. But when you mentioned the photography thing, I just wanted to bring that up and bring it into this space to have the conversation of just the fact of it's easy to label. It's harder to actually bring awareness to the fact that we all have different intentions behind why we're doing what we're doing. And even if their intention is what you think their intention is, so the fuck what?
Courtney says, yeah, I honestly didn't want to post because of the judgment. Then I realized it doesn't matter.
See?
And it isn't my business what others think or feel.
Yeah.
Confidence and trust in myself has been the most difficult struggle.
Uh-huh.
And she says, ooh, projection. Wow, that's a great realization. Good for you.
Yeah. And I don't know who Facebook user is that says, I love photographs and I love drawings, but I'm going to go into the thing so that way whoever this is can get the recognition for this. Let's see who you are. And and between that, if you're listening, put your name, but let's see who it is. And I thought I was right. It's Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah. Those projections, the projections of those labels on people and stuff like that. But then it's your world being projected out there. Like they always say, the inner world is showcasing the outer world. But then it's so easy to just feel that the outer world is the reason why this is happening. There's nothing going on inside of you. And you never take those moments of reflection to reflect and take a look, introspective moment of, oh, what part of me is actually feeling this? Like this world, seeing it in this way. And it's also a great invitation to heal different parts of you and to make some peace. But also, like what Courtney mentioned too, I'm sure you probably felt that as well when you actually are starting to post your own personal content, that potential fear of the judgment that comes out from you actually putting your stuff out there.
Question or statement?
Both. A questioning.
A questionment. Got it. This is Peter. Yeah. Isn't it kind of cool?
We had a jumbotron again. This helps us to get even more present in these conversations, because usually with the podcast we're like this and like this and like this and like this. So
now we can all be with the comments. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. When you're posting your content or sharing yourself online and stuff like that, that fear of judgment that comes up potentially. I was asking you, have you experienced that for yourself when you're posting your content?
What I experienced was thinking about, and this is why I said, well, isn't everybody doing it, for some kind of, like reaction from a standpoint of, well, if I'm going to be putting content out there, I'd love to impact somebody. So the impact and, doing things just for likes, there's a different, I guess, intention, but at the same time, it kind of feels like the same intention. Like, yeah, I want to impact people. A message is great, but if no one hears it, it's in the vacuum and it doesn't spark healing or inspiration or anything like that. So I welcome judgment, because judgment eventually becomes healing. Just like in what you were just saying, what you were just talking about in your situation. So I welcome it all. And yeah, judgment may be there, and then do it anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep. It's that inevitable thing that we try to avoid. Like those couple things we try to avoid, and it's inevitable. Of like that, or potential shame, or people not liking your opinion, or people going against your opinion, all those different stuff out there. And what can happen is fall into that trap of not doing anything at all for the fear of that. As opposed to coming to that realization that it's inevitable. Not everyone is going to have the same opinion. you see what's going on in the world right now. But people feel that the way that the world could get pieces, everybody believes the same thing. No. It'll be like that. What was that movie? I forgot the movie, but also the show that was the same thing, like Leave It to Beaver type of thing, when everybody was the same thing, same houses, same outfits and stuff like that. Kids come out at the same time, playing around, all this other stuff. Like, no. Life would be very boring that way. It's entertaining this way, of everyone having their opinion. But what happens is people combat each other based upon our opinions and feel like my opinion is more right than yours and things like that. But it's inevitable to have that, have those judgments, have those things. And the acceptance of that, it allows you to ask yourself, okay, if that's going to be inevitable, what do I want to do with my life? Do I want to keep holding myself back from living my truth and speaking my truth and getting my truth out there? And the same thing is going to happen if I don't do it. But on the added, like, top into that is not only the outer one, but the inner judgment, the shame, beating yourself up. Why are you not doing this thing? Type of thing that goes on. And what I realized in my own journey is the real judgment to take care of is that inner judgment you have for yourself and the inner shame and those emotions. And once you actually start to heal that and build that relationship up, you care less what happens outside, because like, yo, I'm good inside.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see this one first.
Mm-hmm.
So Courtney says, there's also the idea that someone is watching and looking for you because you give them the confidence to live in their truth, whatever that looks like. Yeah.
Somebody's watching me.
Yeah. You know how many times that when I said something or spoke about something, I got a message from someone like, oh my God, you're speaking to me. Thank you. This is actually something I was dealing with. Or even like, wow, like I wish I had that bravery to do what you did, but by you doing that, it just showed me that it's possible for me. So it's like showing people that it's possible for them to speak their truth or to live their truth as well.
Yeah, totally. I wonder what this button does.
Star.
Yeah.
I guess.
I just starred you. We'll see what it does.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
Courtney says, so no longer is it what if it is bad, but we can ask what if it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing like I was saying before of that saying that people say like, what can go wrong with this, as opposed to what can go right with this,
right?
Or what's the worst thing that could happen, as opposed to asking what's the best thing that can happen from this.
Yeah. Peter says, that's a hard one for me. It's got better as I have matured.
Yeah. And if it's getting better, that means you're doing the work. It's advancing with it. Sometimes we can think that the results are going to happen like that. And you got to really think about it. We're shifting the dynamics of our beliefs and our structure from years of doing on the opposite end. And now we're making a shift to go on the other end. But the more we actually do the work and keep working at it, the easier that it gets. It's just like, I always like use this analogy, like going to the gym. When you make that decision to start losing weight and working out, the beginning of it is very challenging. But as you build your muscles, it gets easier for you to work out, and you get into a routine, get into a new habit, new belief system starts to happen. And they say it's scientifically proven to actually start to shift your beliefs or shift something to make it a habit. It takes at least like 21 days of consistent effort of doing it for it to actually start to become a habit. But even from there, there's like a potential, like take a step back and go forward. Who were we talking to about that? Oh, in our coaching conversation, when I was like contract and expand, the contractions that we have in our lives leads to expansion. And as long as you keep improving with it, give yourself credit for that. And when you may like slip up or something, you actually have an opportunity to continue to move forward with it, continue to expand your awareness with it. But don't beat yourself up over it, because beating yourself up, you're going to go even deeper into despair.
Makes sense. Peter says, is there a way to change Facebook user to my name, Peter? Yeah. In the description, there's a link. It's like Facebook or StreamYard.com/Facebook or something like that.
Let's see.
And you can go there and you can change it.
I'm gonna put it in the comments.
I'm not sure that's it. It should be in our in the details.
Right here. Right here.
Well, in order for someone to click it too, you got to put the HTTP www, but it's right there in the description.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're public now with the using our other Our Daily Magic group. I'm about to share that's on my page. See what pops up on my page. Let's get it.
Awesome. I hope that helps, Peter. And welcome to everyone joining the live stream. This is a conversation, so please feel free to respond, join in on the fun with us in the comments. This is a magical moment today. I'm looking into it. Okay. You can do it.
That sounds like when I get a proposal over to a client in my sales days. I'm looking into it. Hey there. It's been a couple of weeks now. I haven't got the contract back. I saw this meme when they were talking about it, and I was like, yo, it brought back memories of when the client views the DocuSign multiple times and haven't signed it yet. So they're like, yo, what's going on here? And you get the notification, okay, this one's coming in. Especially when I got the $100,000 plus deal, they just kept looking at it over and over again. I'm like, sign it, please. When are you gonna sign it?
I used to have it so that I would know when people open my emails.
I know you did. You sent me a message one time. I looked at your email and I didn't reply. He was like, yeah.
Peter got it.
He's in there.
Yes. There you are. Awesome. Welcome.
That's actually a good another good conversation to start with. Of like you had the notifications to make sure like you checked it or to be able to check it or whatever. And then like when I was using all my different tactics, like one like WhatsApp, seeing when somebody logged into WhatsApp, when I sent the message, which I did to you before, like, yo, you didn't check my message, you didn't reply back to me, but I see that you've been into WhatsApp at this certain time. And people do it all the time too. I've done it too, like social media, send somebody a message on IG, and then as you know, you see them on IG, like the time that they've been on there, like, oh, there's actually on IG during the time that I sent the message to them, or later on after I sent the message to them, and they were liking some posts and stuff like that. But yo, what's up? Like that type of thing. It's just interesting dynamics at that time. Very, very, for me, very, very insecure in myself. That's the way of explaining it. The insecurities, but then also that attention needing. So the insecurity led to needing attention, needing more attention from others when really I needed more attention from myself. But then the game I was playing was I needed more attention from these people, more so than what these people are giving attention to other people. And then when I see that when I feel like there's not attention being given to me to the level that I was expecting, then I'll feel some type of way.
Got it.
And then obviously it's easier to say like, you're not giving me the attention. And if you hear it, like for me, I was hearing that, but then it was like my soul speaking to me through the projection. You're not giving attention to me. And then it's like this, like pointing back. You're not giving attention to me.
That's deep. How'd you even like come to that realization?
Lots of therapy, lots of coaching, some support groups, and lots of psychedelics. And from all of that integration, really integrating all of that, but really I needed to get my ass kicked on a gradual basis. But having those conversations to the point of finally asking those questions and taking a deeper dive within myself, not even just with psychedelics, but the integrative part with it, but being able to integrate that, ask those questions, and then finally just started to click.
Ah, good point, Chris. It says like searching for that validation.
Yeah, yeah. The validation that we're seeking is the validation that we actually already have, but we just need to go through the illusions of validations outside of us first, so that way we feel it inside. And even hearing that, like that's just me getting more aware and just like hearing these thoughts that are coming up. I'm like, if something outside of me was the source for whatever I feel that it is, then I wouldn't be feeling it inside of me. But then what happens is these things make something a feeling inside of me. So like, oh, what this person did is make me upset, or what this person did is make me feel excited, is make me feel happy. And it's like a little bit, I feel like it's like a catalyst, like a reflection, but it's all happening within you. So why not start to take a look within and find those different things inside of you? Or even get curious, like what part of me feels the need that my source of validation is a person outside of me or whoever it may be. And you'll start to take a look at these dynamics and beliefs that we taken on from our experiences that has us believing things a certain way, to the point that we feel like it's just a normal who we are. But then obviously outside the world is pumping the same type of stuff out there. You need this, you need that, you need these outside stuff to feel a certain way. So we never really, or not, I would say we never really, because a lot of us who are doing that, a lot of us never really challenge or question the beliefs that we have in this moment. We just believe this is what the belief, this is the absolute truth. And you're right, it's your absolute truth. But question is it the universal truth?
What's universal truth?
You should find out for yourself. That's a good question. That's a good question for some self-exploration. To take a deeper dive. The universal truth. What is our universal truth?
Well, I wouldn't ask you if I wanted to know my universal truth. I was asking what you meant by that term.
What allows you to connect to the essence of who you are? That's my way of asking that, of discovering that. What truth can you integrate for yourself that gets you into the knowingness of who you really are, minus the stories that limit you? The thing about universal is universal. But my universal truth, and this is just my hypothesis, and people can debunk it, or people can say whatever, or people can agree with it, is we all have this infinite amount of power within us to create things that we can't even imagine that we can be able to create. This source energy that created all of us and is expanding moment by moment. It continues to expand. And what this source energy is doing is it experiences itself uniquely, infinite ways to each and every one of us. And there's this unique relationship that we actually have with this source energy that if we're willing to explore it for ourselves, we can get into this place of infinite potentiality for ourselves and for our life, and also be able to really see our magic and be our magic. Perfect. Daily magic. That's funny. As I was saying that, a butterfly was coming in through the window. So I was like, oh. There's a butterfly wanted to hear it too. But it's actually a good question. And whoever is watching this live too, share. What do you think is universal truth to you? What about you?
Universal truth.
Meantime, I'm gonna Google it.
I mean, I would give an answer, but also I would say that the opposite is true. So ultimately, it could be boiled down to that there is no universal truth because everybody has their own truth. And that could be the universal truth, that everybody has their own truth. There's a lot of different ways that that it could be perceived, but I also think that they're all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, different layers of this. And I'm just seeing what somebody wrote in here. Oh, that's not the thing. This is a good one. This person said, nothing is permanent. Yes, that is a universal truth. Whatever begins has an end. Only change is permanent. That is universal truth. So never sit on the laurels of your success. Never stop working hard, even if you have achieved success. Never look down upon someone who is not as successful as you are with disdain. Likewise, never be disheartened with your failure. Work hard, work timeless. You have unfathomable potential hidden inside of you. Never ever give up and stop working hard. Time will change one day. Situations can change any day because, my friend, nothing is permanent.
Just came back from the star system.
I think that's because my phone went up. I think my phone blinked.
So they're talking about different truths that are universal.
Ooh, Peter wrote a big one.
Go for it.
Oh, you want me to read it? Okay. I was reading it like silently. I copied this from the website AkashicRecords.com. What are the Akashic Records? They are a place beyond time and space where all things exist simultaneously, where an energetic imprint of all events, thoughts, and decisions have been recorded. It's a place where your soul exists, and now you can reconnect with your soul through the Akashic Records.
Interesting.
The Akashic.
I guess that could be a form of universal truth.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul imprint.
Mm-hmm.
Or your soul period.
Yeah. But I feel like there's a from all these definitions so far that we're talking about, you can see that there's a pattern in between all three, if you can catch it. So the person said you have the potentiality within you. I was talking about your magic, your essence, beyond your limited beliefs that may limit you to just this body or whatever. And then at the Akashic Records, reconnect with your soul through the Akashic Records. So reconnecting to that part of you inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a good pattern, a theme in between all of them. So that's what was like for me, and like universal truth, like hearing different teachings out there, like Jesus, like Buddha, like Muhammad, whoever it may be out there, the Matt Kahns, the Kyle C's, the Aaron Apkes, they all there's a pattern between each and every one of them that you can see that leads to that same destination, that truth. That's why, like, for me, I'm listening to those different teachers out there. Like I just gave the names, like Buddha, Jesus, Thomas Merton. All these different people are speaking like a universal truth that leads to the same destination, but just a different flavor. There's like a different flavor, but then it's leading you there, and it speaks to you. Like there's parts of it that speaks to you, and there's parts of it that doesn't speak to you. And that's with every single thing out there. Like for me, that's what I experienced. Some parts speak to me, some parts don't speak to me. The stuff that speaks to me is meant for my soul, my own unique essence. And the stuff that doesn't resonate with me resonates perfectly with somebody else. And that speaks to their soul.
Mm-hmm. Chris says, understanding self, I believe, is the key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it's game over. Because I feel like if you understand yourself, you won't fall for what other people tell you that you are. Until you understand yourself, you're going to fall for what everybody else tell you that you are. And this unique journey that we all on, and there's abundance of information out there to actually help you to inquire about that. Ask yourself, like, who am I? Who am I beyond this, whoever person that I am right now? Who am I even beyond these words? Who am I beyond this conversation that we're having right now? Who is it that's actually speaking through this?
And who's listening? Got it. Understanding self. What does that even mean?
What does it mean for you?
I'm like, how do you understand the self? Don't you just be the self? Or do you actually understand it? That's what question pops up in my head. Maybe through being, there's understanding. Anytime I say a word too many times, it starts to not make sense anymore. And I just got to reestablish a definition again. So it's like, what is understanding? Our beliefs are only thoughts that we think the majority of the time. I was having a conversation earlier, which was about how a lie can easily become a belief if you just think it a lot. And that's all that it takes. So understanding self, whatever your understanding is, if you think something else for an extended period of time, then that'll become your understanding too. So is the self always changing? Then is the understanding always changing?
You know what they said, and a couple of teachers say it, or a lot of teachers say it, the formless.
Mm-hmm.
The formless never changes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about I'm like, if the formless never changed, then why is it? How come they keep saying the universe keeps expanding? But then it makes total sense to me now. Never talking about in this thing,
Mm-hmm.
like the self never changes, but it's like the self is formless. So formless is beyond time and space. So beyond time and space, in time and space, you see that there's changes and stuff going on. but they always say that like the past, the future, and the present all simultaneously. It's like linear type of thing. So in this space that we're in now, I feel like this is like the changes that are happening, but in this form of space, there's no change. Like this form of space is infinite. It just knows. It's like boom, ta-da, type of thing. But in this space right here, in this potentiality, in this form creation space is where you see all the different like changes and stuff that's happening. But the soul part of us never changes.
Interesting.
That's my hypothesis, but I hear a lot of teachers say like that self part of you never changes. What I've found for myself is one slows down enough to observe, be aware, then my self-worth definitely goes up.
Interesting. Slow down, self-worth goes up. Got it. And Chris says the self continues to grow like the universe. Got it. Sounds like everyone's sharing their universal truth.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's the thing, like this universe here, it continues to grow. It continues to expand here. But then like in this field of the formless field, does a formless field grow?
Does it?
Or is a formless field is where all this potentiality and stuff comes from? And this formless field is where the creator actually creates into this field. Okay. There's like a creation play going on. You know, I heard something pretty good, which is so true. When they was like, or a teacher said about like God, it was like, God's not a man. God's not a man. How people put like God as a man or father and like in religion, but it's like you guys are missing like one of the clues. Creation comes to a woman. So, but on a even bigger level, is saying God is not just a woman or not just a man. God is everything.
God is a hermaphrodite.
Somebody put that in TikTok. or God's like a seahorse, because a seahorse, the male gives birth.
Oh, interesting. Worms are hermaphrodites.
Really?
Yeah, earthworms.
They are.
So
they just give birth by themselves.
I guess so.
I was actually interested. I was wondering, like, how do worms have sex? I know how snakes have sex, but never thought about the worm.
Maybe they don't. And what shows up in Dell's search history today? I can only imagine.
This is what shows up in my thing.
Oh, I can't even see from here.
Hopper.
Can you walk your cat?
Because I saw that. I saw this video. I saw this video, and the person had their cat on a leash, but their cat was like a bad motherfucker, like going around fucking people up, like beating up other cats, beating up dogs, beating up.
Oh, okay. Who is Facebook user? We're gonna catch you up. Catch you up. Peter says, "I'm an ADHDer, and we just glean over a lot." Totally understood. It's like, get to the good part, right? Or the part that's going to catch your attention. Peter says they worm together.
That's Garrett.
Oh, it's Garrett. Okay. So to give the context of Peter's response, Del was talking about if God is a man or a woman. No, Del was talking about how God is definitely not a man. And then we were talking about how maybe God's a hermaphrodite. And we said that earthworms are hermaphrodites. And then Del asked, do worms have sex? And Peter says that they worm together. But somehow we got on the topic of, finding out if worms have sex. I said, oh, well, guess what's going to show up in Del's search history today? And then we ended up looking in Del's search history. It was kind of funny.
And then you find out I was looking at how to
walk a cat.
Yeah. Earthworms are hermaphrodite organisms, meaning that each earthworm has both male and female sexual reproductive organs. So how do worms mate? Oh,
they have a video?
Yo, we about to watch it.
Oh my gosh. Peter says, you know they just might appear in your soup. No, Peter. No.
They choose their mate based on the quality of the Earthworms are simultaneous hermaphrodites. That means they have both male and female reproductive organs.
That is
during mating, both sets of sex organs are used.
Dang. Wait. Hold on. So they just said that both organs are used when mating. So they're penetrating and being penetrated simultaneously.
Del's mind is just blown.
You see what the talk about universal truth has led us to right now?
That's where we got from universal truth.
This is universal truth that worms, they are penetrating and being penetrated simultaneously. It's technically like a gangbang.
Courtney's still here cracking up. Peter says, now we need to find a song from Apple Music like Worm Day. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Now you know.
So when they get aroused,
oh my gosh,
does that mean they get a boner and then they get wet at the same time?
Only you would take it that far.
Yes. Because you know me, when something blows my mind, I start just having these curious questions about these things, about like,
I'm about to eat lunch, so I'm not going there.
So like, hypothetically, let's say like the worms were like human beings type of thing. And they broke up, but yet they both impregnated each other. So it means there's a double child support lawsuit that can happen from this. Yeah, that's crazy. Can you imagine like there was like a Maury show for the worms, and simultaneously the one worm got pregnant by another worm and not that one, but then that worm got pregnant by this other worm. So then in the Maury show, it finds out that, oh, you're not the father or you're not the hermaphrodite parent of this one, but they're the hermaphrodite parent of yours. But then the other ones, this other worm's hermaphrodite parents of this one, but then simultaneously you're that one because that one still had sperm left in you, and then it went into this thing. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Hypotheticals.
Thank you, Courtney. Courtney says, I feel like it's the relatable things. For example, loss. Tell me more. Tell me more. Chris, don't encourage him.
See? You see? Now you're saying it.
Yep, just because you said it.
I was saying this. Oh, that was one of the things that I was told, that I got told sometimes as a child when I would act up, and they say, "Don't encourage him. You can't encourage him."
Told
that's
sometimes.
That's when you know you're doing some wild shit. But then like me, I'm like, "Oh, you're not gonna encourage me? Okay, I'll do something so that way I know you're not gonna not give me attention." And I always think about it and then do some wild shit.
Welcome. Welcome to Dell's world. Oh, Courtney said that came in late, was having connection issues. That was the relatable truth question. Got it. Okay, cool. Okay. I like that word too. From universal truth to relatable truth. It's like one of the flavors in there. Because you could just say truth. Could.
Yeah. But it seems like that's what a lot of the battles are happening right now, because people are trying to determine what truth is the truth for everyone, truth type of thing. So to drop one, it all leads to love. The end.
Or it's all made up. Different perceptions fit at different times. Both of those could very well be quote unquote true.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we are coming to the end of our very special magical moment broadcast today. Thank you for being here with us. Haven't done this intro outro stuff in a while, so bear with me.
My guess is logo only can work for this.
Okay. Chris Maury.
Yeah. You got
him started up again.
No, not I'm not going to say too much, but the show's about to end.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm sure you didn't run out of people. But
right?
Yeah, Murray. Shout outs to the camera guy. I feel like the camera guy from Maury Provision, the camera guy from Cops, they should be on the Olympic sprint team for how fast they could run with the camera and always get the angles going perfectly. Even with the person who runs backstage in the Maury, Bob and Weeman, they always get them. Those people should be on the track team somewhere or playing some type of sport. Maybe they did play a sport. What if the camera guy's a retired NFL athlete or something like that?
Chris says, perception. Your truth is not the only one. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Oh, awesome. Thank you for the intro. Training classes for the camera position. Right.
Can you imagine?
It's like a firefighter. They have to drag bodies and run 2 miles.
I was about to say that. Yeah. Police Academy, right?
Yeah.
Go. They did a meme with that of the photo training.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
All right. next episode. Y'all are amazing. Nice to meet you, Chris. Thank you all for being here. Courtney, Peter, Garrett, we appreciate you and your comments because, as Del says, without you, it would not have been the same. We are co-creating this podcast and this conversation. So it is beautiful to share some laughs with y'all. Alrighty. Have a magical day.